the new tariff across the other classes of the across the other classes of the consumers, and then the regulator directed that the customers or consumers rather be reimbursed, and they gave a specific time for the reimbursement, which was around 11th of April. And then what we expect from consumers is we expect feedback whether the distribution company has reached out to you who vended around the period, because it is not everyone that is affected. It is only the consumers who vended around the time the tariff was reviewed upwardly. So we expect that consumers who were affected should provide us with feedback so that we'll know whether, because the regulator was clear, the regulator directed that consumers who vended around the period that the tariff was reviewed upward be reimbursed through token, and then so that they consume, because largely, it affected the consumers who are unmetered. So we expect that those consumers who are unmetered, consumers who are unmetered, will get their own bills, and then we expect that their own bills will be correctly given to them. But for the consumers who are metered, what we expect from them, consumers who are metered and also, purchase electricity around the time the tariff was upward, and then they don't belong to Band A, we expect a reimbursement for them. So now, during this program, we're expecting that consumers will call us and provide us with feedback whether the distribution company has reimbursed them, because we want feedback to the effect that consumers are reimbursed or not.
And on this note, it is also important for you to know your tariff band, because it seems like most customers do not know their tariff band, okay? So you need to know your tariff band. It is very important so that the conversation will be smooth. If you don't know your tariff band, you can walk into any of the electricity distribution company. All right, let's take a short break. We'll be back. To the program FCCPC Hour on Human Rights Radio and Television 101.1 FM, the station that redefines broadcasting. We're talking about the new tariff that was, placed by Band A customers. So please, we want you to call us on this number 090-9930-1011. Please call us on 090-9930-1011. Let's hear your feedback. For you, Band A customers, how have you been coping now that your tariff, has been, increased? Do you have sufficient power supply? And for you that have been in other tariff band where the new tariff, affected you, have you been reimbursed? Just like the regulatory authority has given AEDC that mandate to refund your money back to you in form of token. Please share your experiences with us. It is very important. Okay, we have a caller here. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, Engineer Yusuf, you're calling us from where? Engineer Yusuf, where are you calling us from? Oh, Engineer Yusuf, I think your network is bad. Please call us back again. Okay, let's take this one quickly. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that call. Yes, the number is 090-9930-1011. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Beijing. My name is Abdul.
Okay, Mr. Dede from Abdul. Good to have you on board, please. Let's hear from you.
I want to know about this thing. This band, because the fair band A.
Okay, you want to know more about tariff band. Mr. Abdul, are you with us? Okay, if I get that clearly, it seems Mr. Abdul wants to know about tariff band because he doesn't even know. From the look of things, he doesn't even know which band he falls under. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Thank you. Welcome to FCCPC Hour. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Thank you. My name is Moses.
Okay, Monday from where?
Moses from Asokoro Extension.
Okay, Moses from Asokoro Extension. Please go ahead.
Yes, about the new tariff thing. I have arrested, but I didn't get anything back as a token, but the next time I wanted to bend, I discovered that they have reduced it, but that was again.
Okay, earlier.
But I wasn't compensated for anything.
Okay, recently, the money increased when you wanted to vend.
Yeah, the unit increased.
Okay, the unit.
From what it was when I bought, it was like nothing to write home about. But the next time I wanted to buy, and then it was now a bit okay. It was manageable.
Okay, do you know your tariff band, sir?
Huh?
Do you know your tariff band?
I have little idea about that.
Okay, because if you fall under tariff band B to E, you're supposed to be reimbursed. But anyway, Mrs. Bridget is going to answer that, okay?
Okay.
Yes, please just stay tuned. Let's pick other calls. We'll come back to you shortly. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jacob Collins.
Jacob from where?
From Mama.
All right. Welcome, Mr. Jacob. Please go ahead.
Thank you. There is this around solution clarification where I've been different to one transformer and there are two changes estimated due to us. So the current that they've got, we are still to carry past two. And throughout within this year, I cannot doubt that we have ever had a life that is hours. Especially these days that we are saying that we are in good for life. A minimum of 2 hours at night. Even that 2 hours is in the study. So we cannot have a minimum of 10 minutes to take it off. Take out the regular. Where you can play all this is up to 4 hours, 5 hours. And we are still doing study practice. We don't know where this band are currently good.
Are you saying, Mr. Jacob?
And my neighbor is really why is the president? I don't know where this correction has been corrected. It's not a matter to area office. I'm looking at the result.
Okay, Mr. Jacob, please hold on. Please hold on. Mrs. Bridget wants to ask you a question.
Mr. Jacob, are you saying that you are on band A? Did you recently check your ban when the tariff was Okay, you don't have a meter, right? Okay. Mr. Jacob, I'm actually interested in having a conversation with you after the program. I want us to have a more robust conversation, concerning what you're saying, because your own matter is even different. What we want to know is even consumers who are metered, because they are the ones that, actually are expected to get this token, because this thing happened to consumers who vended shortly after the tariff was reviewed. But from what you are saying, you are complaining about the fact that you don't even get supply of electricity as expected. You said you are getting a minimum of 2 hours. So I'm actually surprised, being that you are a band A customer. And under this new tariff regime, it is expected that if for 2 days you don't get supply of electricity, the distribution company is supposed to provide you explanation, around 10 a.m. in the morning why you don't have supply. And if you don't have supply of electricity consecutively for 7 good days, it is expected that the distribution company will, downgrade you to the tariff class that the distribution company is able to provide you with services, and then you are expected to get a subsequent compensation. So I would like to have a conversation with you, because the commission has actually been worried about consumers who are on postpaid, and you happen to be one. So towards the end of the program, we will give our contact so that we'll have further engagement with you.
Okay. Mr. Jacob, are you with us? Okay, thank you very much. So after the program, before the program ends, Mrs. Bridget is going to announce the phone number. So you please get the number and get in touch with her, okay? All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to Fccpc Hour. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, my name is Commissioner.
Okay, Comrade Salisu, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Sultan.
Okay, good to have you on board. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm living in for Sultan.
Okay.
I get something, but
Yes, we are with you, sir.
something happened for me. I'm working with one company, work before. When I'm working, I'm living in Sultan that time. So I have problem of I'm sick. I'm sick now. My wife is in Sultan. Now I now travel to my village. So I was not joining in the services that 3 years ago.
Okay.
So we stay for Sultan for village for almost 1 year. January, we come back that after the second year, January, we come back. And never they bring all the bill for the whole year and not around. And they are working that are not.
Did you inform them, sir? Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Did you inform your electricity distribution company that you won't be available for that period of time?
I know the guy happened to me. I travel and they want to put the guy that went to get my neighbor. The guy wanted to do like me and he told them. And they even don't know about it. And I don't want to speak to them. They said they are aware about it, they are not at home. Because they know everything is not people don't like in my house.
Okay.
As I come on and I put on writing, I write to them. They see the paper, they say there's nothing they can do about it again. They have to keep that 1 year. So I'm not talking anything. Even now, and the day you the pen is okay, as you are done this right, when you want to travel, you must tell us, there is nothing that is there before they give you the right. Even now, when I come, like the one that I know they around, my mom knows they around, they will keep the bill on ground. And I do I pay. I don't think that they will survive because I don't want to buy liquor. I said, because I don't want to go to work. My eyes are very hard to I cannot see. So now I'm completely going to this to the board, big $30,000, for this is I'm living in the big city.
Okay, sir.
And because other people are thinking, people are thinking in the country.
Okay, Comrade Salisu. Please don't worry. Mrs. Bridget is going to respond to you shortly. Okay. Let's want to minimize time so that we can pick other calls. Yes. So she will respond to you with regards to that. Thank you very much. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I want to know about this domestic electricity consumers to which are the direct bank is not allowed. And how is the deal involved?
Okay. What's your name, sir?
My name is Stephen.
Okay, Stephen from where? Okay, Stephen from Katampi. All right, thank you very much, sir. Mrs. Bridget is going to respond to you.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Mrs. Bridget is going to respond to you. Okay, let's start with the first one. That's
Okay.
Abdul from Dede, right? Who wants to know more about the tariff? Yes,
okay.
Because it seems he doesn't even know his tariff band.
Okay, and this is what we have always been talking about. First of all, we have encouraged consumers to really get to know their tariff. Because if you don't even know your tariff, you won't even know what's the kind of services you are expected to be getting. And then you won't even know whether you have been shortchanged or not. It is very important. And we have said it time without number. How can you get your tariff? If you are an unmetered consumer, your tariff is clearly stated on your bill. And then even if you cannot identify where your tariff is written on your bill, you have also an obligation of visiting the nearest business unit to request for your tariff. And you need to know it, because it is not something that now I will be able to tell you. It is something that you need to get to know by yourself. The highest I can tell you is, maybe I can come up and tell you that I can tell you what you are expected on the different classes of the tariff you belong. For example, I need to tell you so that also you will know. The reason why you need to know your tariff is to hold these people, is to hold the service provider, the distribution company accountable. Because we have said it time without number that if you are not getting the services that is required of you, that is required of a particular tariff class, you have the distribution company has an obligation to downgrade you to the tariff they are able to provide you with services. Exactly. And thankfully things have changed, unlike what it is, especially, and this thing has changed with the people that are on tariff band A. They are the ones that are affected with the upward review, because if you remember, and that is what is still obtainable. For people who belong to tariff band D and E, they are still on a frozen tariff. Their tariff is even the same. And I think for Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, I think I saw something within the range of 33 naira. So you are still on your tariff is still even what it used to be before the tariff was reviewed. The tariff was reviewed around 2020, and before we now get to this upward review of tariff for band A class. So you are expected as a band A customer, you're expected to be getting a minimum supply of 20 hours on a daily basis. And I can tell you, I was even so surprised. Somebody called me. What the person was complaining actually was the fact that the tariff was too expensive. The person confided in me that they were getting supply. But for us as a commission, one person's feedback is not enough.
Exactly.
You understand? What we want to even know, apart from the fact that people are complaining that the tariff is high, we want to know, are you even getting these services? And then for those of you who have been, and the distribution company took money in excess of the tariff class you belong to, we want to know whether you have been reimbursed. So like I said earlier, if you are assigned on tariff band A, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 20 hours. And don't forget, under the new tariff arrangement, if for 2 consecutive days, the distribution company does not meet with the required number of hours of supply they are supposed to give to you, the distribution company is supposed to explain to you before 10 a.m. And then if for 7 days, you don't get supply of electricity based on the regulation, you are expected to be downgraded, and then subsequently you will be compensated. So we want to empower you with this information so that you will demand and insist, so that you will know, so that you will engage the distribution company. So like I said, if you are assigned on tariff band A, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 20 hours on a daily basis. Exactly. If you are assigned on tariff band B, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 16 hours on a daily basis. If you are assigned on tariff band C, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 12 hours on a daily basis. While if you are assigned on tariff band D, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 8 hours on a daily basis. And for band E tariff class, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 4 hours. The essence of this is for you people to take note. And then you should also know that when we talk about the number of supply of electricity you're supposed to get, it's not something that is supposed to be like at a stretch. It is a cumulative supply of electricity you get on a daily basis.
Within 24 hours.
If you're on 4 hours, it's cumulatively. If they give you 1 hour in the morning, they give you another hour in the afternoon, well, let's also know. And then that's just the minimum. It means that you can be given more. But from what you are paying, from the tariff class you are assigned, you are expected to get nothing less than that. I know some people, there's no kind of complaints that the commission has not received. Some consumers have even called us to say that they don't belong to any tariff class. Exactly. And this is because they don't get any kind of supply from the distribution company. But we want feedback. Your feedback can help us to engage with these service providers, to engage with our sister agency, the regulator, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, so that the commission wants to know exactly how you're feeling. So I think we've been able to, answer some of these questions that has to do with the tariff
band. Yes. So how about Jacob? Jacob from Etama says, and yes, he's in tariff band A, and he has not been receiving light. As usual.
I earlier responded to Jacob, and I said that I would like to have a conversation with Jacob.
But there's another thing he said again. He talked about he is on commercial. He's on his lights. I don't know. His billing is on commercial instead of being residential.
It really doesn't matter, because when it comes to this new tariff band classification, the tariff for a commercial and the residential is actually the same.
Okay.
You understand? So the amount is just the same. It is the difference you encounter is when you are really dealing with, as in, when I mean that is the same, the PEC is at 225 naira.
Okay.
Whether it is commercial or residential.
Okay.
It is even when it comes to the other classes, because the tariff has not been reviewed, that you see a bit of difference. But when it comes to the consumers who are actually assigned on tariff band A, the amount is 225.
Okay.
And I wanted to also address the issue of somebody confirmed to us that it was when he vended that he was able to get, and he got additional units. Somebody who called us from Socorro Extension, he said when he vended, he didn't actually tell us. Yeah, okay, Moses
from Socorro Extension.
He didn't tell us which tariff class he belonged to, and I'll be interested in knowing the tariff class you belong to, for you to have gotten a bit of reimbursement that you talked about. We really want to know, because the directive was the distribution company, reimburse you with token. So we didn't know. We were not, based on the order that was issued out, it wasn't given, they were not directed that it is when the consumers vend before they get, their reimbursement. It is whenever, it is expected that the distribution company will give them tokens. So let's really know. We really want to know, because our interest is actually whether consumers get reimbursed.
Okay.
So I don't know which one.
I think the bone of contention here is even for the consumers to first of all know the tariff band they fall under. Definitely. Because most times it seems like almost all of them don't know that even the tariff band is stated on their bill. So they need to check their bill to know the tariff band, the specific tariff band they fall under before you begin to complain. Because if you don't even know your tariff, your band,
know whether you have been shortchanged or not.
Or not exactly. So you need to know
important. It is very important, and we have been we're saying it loud and clear that consumers must know their band. And thankfully, there's a link that AEDC have, and another distribution company, they were mandated to provide a link for consumers to check their different classes of bands. But I have also said on this platform that where you don't have the gadgets or the whatever it is that you need to use in checking your tariff band classification, you can visit the nearest business unit, to check, and then you can ask your friends to. Because wherever you are, if you just impute, anybody can help anyone to change. Once you're able to provide either your meter number or your account number, if you're an on-meter consumer, your tariff class will be checked on your behalf.
And another thing for consumers to really, keep watch is when you have light, you need to, know the number of hours the light was given to you per day. I think when you do that, at the end of the day, you should be able to know how many hours you've received the light, so that when your various discos come for billing.
You are right, Mariam.
Yeah, so that when they come for billing, at least they will tell them that, okay, we are supposed to have 20 hours of light, but within this first, second, third week, we've not been having so amount of light. So what do? It's either you give us more light, or you compensate us, or you reduce the bill, the tariff. You reduce it.
You are right. You understand? This would even help you to compare notes with the distribution company.
Exactly.
And like we've always said, that whatever services, when you are experiencing good services, fine. If you are experiencing poor services, you need to escalate it to the distribution company. And remember, we have said that when you are escalating any complaint to the distribution company, it has to be done in writing. And that's the only way the commission will even know that you have complained. We don't want a situation whereby it's going to be your word against the word of the distribution company, because the service provider, they can tell you that, they provided this service to you, and then you as a consumer didn't get this service. I tell you, we were encouraged by some consumers in Lagos when we went for one intervention program. If you see what those consumers presented to us, and when we saw what they presented, they even have graph. They provided graphical representation of the kind of supply they were getting.
I'm telling you,
this is serious. So impressed. And then when they provided all of this, the FCCPC was there, the regulator, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission was there, and then the distribution company when we saw it, we didn't have any option but to direct the distribution company to downgrade them. Because for us, we do not want consumers to pay for what they did not consume.
Absolutely.
And like we've always said, it is even bad for consumers who are metered not to get the services they are required to get. But it is even worse for consumers who are unmetered, to pay for bills that they did not consume. For the consumers who are metered, if there's no supply of electricity, at least the units will be there. I said it is even bad because they have paid a higher tariff.
Yes.
They've paid a tariff prior to them giving the unit. So, but what about the consumers who are unmetered? So I want us to always reach out to this distribution company whenever we're not getting services.
Okay.
I think we need to pick more calls.
Yes.
The phone has been busted.
Yes, let's take 2 more calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Lawrence. I'm calling from Phase 5.
Okay, welcome on board.
Actually, the program is talking about those on band A that they are carried for the state. I want to ask a question on the metered customers.
Okay.
When ADDC came and took away our meter that was not bad, we should go and buy another one. We couldn't buy another one. They were giving us estimated bill, very high estimated bill. But our landlord house in somewhere else in Kuba was demolished. So he is not suggesting that we should carry the meter in the demolished property and put in the premises. Is it okay? Is there anything stopping us from putting the meter there? Is it against the law? Or we can just think it's the same as we are within the same act, it's not too far.
Okay.
Well, I didn't quite get your name. What did you say is your name?
Loretta.
Okay, Loretta. Okay, what you need to do actually is to reach out to the distribution company. You have to go. I am saying that what you need to do, Loretta, is to reach out to the distribution company and inform them that they took away your meter and they were expected to return your meter and they haven't done that. But the landlord has another house that has been demolished and the meter is there, that you want the meter to be fixed in the house that they took away the meter. So try that and do that in writing, Madam Loretta. If they don't do anything about it, I think you can escalate it to the FCCPC, because in the first place, if they took away your meter, they are expected to return your meter within 48 hours, and if they haven't done that, they are not permitted to place you on direct. What they're actually supposed to do is to take the previous consumption, the average consumption that you've had, and then that's what you'll be paying. When I say the previous average consumption, I mean that they are supposed to take either 3 months or 6 months. Like if you are paying 5,000 naira, they take 5,000 naira plus 6. I mean, it's going to be times 6, which is going to give you 30,000, and then it is divided. That's how your average consumption will be arrived at, and that's what you'll be paying pending when you have a new meter. So I need you to write the distribution company a letter requesting that you want a transfer of the meter, because by law you are not permitted to move a meter to any building without authorization. So do that and let us see.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes,
Mrs.
I hope this
Loretta.
helps. Yes.
Okay. Let's take the last call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we've lost that. Okay, this is the last call. Hello, good morning. Thank you. What's your name and where are you calling us from, sir? Okay, Mr. Abdul, you called us earlier, right?
I want to know about the band A.
Okay, that has Mr. Abdul, that has been explained to you. Yes, that has been explained to you. But however, if you want to know more about that, please visit your nearest distribution company, okay, or business units. Okay, I think Mr. Abdul is not getting us well.
Yeah, he didn't quite listen to us, but we have explained there's no difference in the terms of whether ban A MD or ban A non-MD. Actually, the tariff is the same. It's 225 naira for ban A MD and ban A non-MD. So, and then the hours of supply you are expected to get is the same. If you are ban A MD, you are expected to get a minimum supply of 20 hours on a daily basis. If you are ban A non-MD, you are also expected to get, I said 20 hours. I said the difference is prior to this upward review, there's difference between what ban A MD pays and what ban A non-MD pays. But with this upward review, the amount remains at 225. But for other classes of the tariff, there's still slight differences with the tariff that the ban B, ban C, ban D and E pay. Okay. When it comes to the tariff that is provided by the distribution company.
And I think Mr. Abdul should also do more of asking his distribution company or his business unit these questions, because these are important questions. You need to sit down and converse with your various business units or electricity distribution companies, okay? You need to know which ban you fall under. You need to know everything about your billing cap. There are lots of things you need to know. And if there's anything at all you don't understand, you have to put it in writing and visit your nearest business unit so that more information would be given to you, okay?
Definitely, you are very correct, Mariam. We want people to begin to engage the distribution company.
Exactly.
And if you can actually, if you have the capacity, you can visit their website to do your research. If you understand, if there are clarification that you will need to have, well, the commission will always be there. If you reach out to the commission, even after this program, we will be willing to provide you with information. But we actually encourage consumers to engage this distribution company. By us telling you even to engage the distribution company is a way of educating you, because consumers don't really know that they have right to actually ask their distribution company questions, and it is the distribution company, they owe you the duty of even providing you with information. The distribution company also owe you a duty of education. So let's always try to engage them. And if you are dissatisfied, you can always escalate it to the FCCPC. And I wanted to tell you that we have a dedicated electricity phone number where you can reach out to us. You can send us WhatsApp, you can send us SMS, you can also call us. The number is 081 19 87 7785. The number again is 081 19877785. It is our dedicated electricity phone number. You can send us WhatsApp, you can send us SMS. And then if you want to interact with us on our social media platform, you can do that using @FCCPC Nigeria. You can do that using @FCCPC Nigeria. It's the same for Twitter, which is now X. Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to visit our office to file your complaints physically, we are located at number 23 Jimmy Carter Street at Sokoro. We are located at number 23 Jimmy Carter Street at Sokoro. And if you want to send us an email, our email address is contact@fccpc.gov.ng. contact@fccpc.gov.ng. And if you also want to visit our website, is www.fccpc.gov.ng. www.fccpc.gov.ng.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Bridget. Yes, I think we've come to the end of this program. Yes, and one more thing before we quickly round up is to encourage our consumers, our electricity consumers, to always engage their various distribution, companies, your electricity distribution company. If you have any information, please always engage them. If you have any questions, you engage them. You can only engage the FCCPC if you have issues, unresolved issues with your distribution company, and you have been writing to them consistently, sending them reminder, you understand, and nothing has been done. That is when you can reach out to FCCPC, because FCCPC here is to give you the knowledge you need to know, to empower you, to educate you, to know your rights and to ask questions. It is your right for you to walk into any business unit and to make confirmation, make clarification, ask any information with regards to your electricity. If you don't have steady electric power supply, you go right to your business units and make such information. Give them the information. You can even put it in writing. FCCPC encourages you to put it in writing so that when you're escalating the matter, you have a written document that you have already engaged your distribution companies and nothing has been done. I just hope that our consumers will, really learn to begin to engage with their various electricity distribution company. Yes, we've come to the end of the program, FCCPC, with the support of MacArthur Foundation. Special thanks to Mrs. Bridget, that has always been here, coming around, effortlessly, to give us information we need to know about electricity. Thank you very much, Mrs. Bridget.
It's always a pleasure, and we always want to do this.
Yes.
All we're expected, even from the distribution company, is to begin to show transparency and accountability in the way they provide services, and then adhere to the rules and regulations. That's just what the FCCPC expects from these service providers, and in this instance, the electricity distribution companies.
All right, my name is Mariam Mubaka. Please do join us same time next week, same station. Have a beautiful day ahead. It's a family reality radio and television talk magazine program. Stand up for the national pledge after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. So help us God as a nation, Nigeria. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, inakwana ekaro otutuwama una good morning.
Good morning. Mariam Mbaka.
Good morning. Gagu gagu ge.
Good morning. Mariam Mbaka.
Good morning. Gagu ge.
Good morning. Mariam Mbaka.
Hembelembe.
Oh, lo, lo, lo.
Hi, hembelembe.
Oh,